And welcome back to Lilly Field for Game 2 of this NCAA doubleheader here, the home opening series for the California Vulcans, fresh off their trip to Florida last week on spring break. This is Game 2. Game 1, we had some free softball. The Vulcans falling in extra innings, however, by a score of 14-10. And quickly, we're going to start game number 2. In the circle for the California Vulcans is number 22, and that is Megan Naida. She's a junior. She comes into this game with an ERA of 7.80. We'll try and get you the lineups as we go, because with baseball and softball, game 2 was always quick. The field's lined. Loud and Conti and his staff doing a great job. Matt Keifer and his staff doing a great job getting everything inputted, and we're ready for Game 2. Naida, the left-hander. Again, ERA of above 7. See if she can bring that down. First pitch is slapped into right field, and that will be a fair ball. Extra bases right off the bat. Digging for 2, and that will be a lead-off double. First pitch swinging by Delaney Maynard. Maynard was 3 for 6 with 4 RBIs in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Daniel Robbins now will be the second batter. So first pitch swinging. Again, I'm sure John State mentioned a few times this will be the third game these two teams. Ground ball to second base. 4-3 with the putout. Runner will advance to third base. So a lot of action happening right away, but California and Ashland played last week in Florida. Ashland winning 10-1. So Ashland now 2-0 against the Vulcans this year. Is now coming up to bat is number 12, Sophia Martin. Martin was 3 for 5 in the first game with 3 RBIs. First pitch taken for a strike. Also, we'll have to get used to a different strike zone, as the umpires always switch positions from game 1 to game 2. So it'll take a few pitches to see where this strike zone is, up or down, left and right. But a lot of swinging at the beginning, so I haven't really had a feel for what it is. 0-1 pitch tagged into right field, and that'll bring home the first run of the game for Ashland. So Ashland looks like they are going to try and really swing early in the count. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Amanda Kolar, the junior third baseman. Kolar in game 1 was 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Again, 14 runs scored for your team. A lot of players are going to have multi-RBIs. First pitch taken low and outside for ball 1. And the runner will advance to second. So Ashland really putting the pedal on the gas here in the top of the first. Game 1 started an entirely different way for the Vulcans. They shut down Ashland 1-2-3 quickly and then put up 5 on the offensive side. 0-1 pitch taken low and outside, but just catches the corner for a strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Again, thank you for joining us. Beautiful afternoon here in California, PA at Lilly Field, home of the Vulcans. Naida pulling a little of the velocity down on that pitch, but floats outside for a ball. 2-1 is the count. So I'm going to try and adjust my seat so I can get some shadow on the monitor. Pitch taken, and a great web jam out there by the second baseman for the Vulcans. Caitlin Ochtemeyer put a star next to that one for the first out. Almost doubling off the runner at second, but that'll be, out number 2. So we'll call that an L4. Second out for the highlights. And there's a shot to right center field. That's going to get down, and that'll score at least 1 run. Extra bases now, and it is now 2-0 as the runner and batter swap places. As that was the designated player, Delaney Keith. It's 2-0 Ashland. Delaney Keith in the first game was 1 for 5 with an RBI. And that will bring up the left-handed batter, number 17, As there's a strike, Marin Metakosh, sophomore. I'll get you that pronunciation here in a second as I go through Mr. John Sape's notes. Metakosh, and she fouls it back into the screen for strike 2. So California trying to work out of this jam. You got a runner on second, giving up 2 in the top of the first, but as they showed in the first game, despite the loss, they were able to attack these pitchers for Ashland. 0-2 pitch, lefty on lefty. Off-speed pitch drifts high and outside, ball 1. Your umpires in game number 2. Home plate is David Gatling, and in the field is Ed Marco. Again, they swapped positions. 1-2 pitch. Foul ball down the left side. Will there be a play? And there will be. Nice catch down the left field line by the Vulcan third baseman, Michaela Jaron, and that'll end the inning. So while we have a second, let's take a look briefly at the tail of the tape. Now, this tail of the tape, of course, is only good for before game 1. Not enough time between games to change the tails of the tape, but it gives you an idea what direction both teams are going here in the early part of the season. California on the mound has an ERA, especially after the first game, of 6.77 coming into this, and that's going to probably be around 8 runs, 7.5, 8 runs. And as we scroll down, we can see that these two teams earlier today played on March 2nd, and Ashland won 10-1. On the mound for the Ashland Eagles is number 32, Abby McNabb, right-handed pitcher. Leading off for California will be Carolina Fiorello, then Jen Hollerich, Lakin Blackburn, Brianna Servicek, Michaela Schlossler, Caitlin Ochtemeyer, Meyer McCutcheon, Michaela Jaron, and Michaela Linkus. And that last name I butchered was Sursevic. I could not see it correctly with my bifocal, so we'll just all get through this together. But leading off for the California Vulcans will be the left fielder Carolina Fiorelli. Fiorelli was 2 for 4 in game number 1 with 2 RBI. So see if Fiorelli can get some of these runs back for the Vulcans. Again, Abby McNabb, the freshman, on the mound. Record of 0-0 coming into this game, or at least that's what my sheet says. First pitch is outside for a ball. Wind was blowing out pretty hard earlier to left center. Seems to have shifted a little bit towards center field, maybe even right center. 1-0 pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. Again, busy day of athletics for California earlier today. California swimmer Gabby Miller competed in the NCAA championships and Indianapolis. In the 50 frees, there's ball 3. Vulcan baseball team will be in action tonight in Morgantown, West Virginia for a 9-inning game versus Davis and Elkins. And then they will be at home in West Virginia. As there's the strike. Taking all the way was Fiorelli against Mansfield, game that's being made up from, I believe, February 15th. CUTV Sports will have that coverage starting at noon. A little bit of rain in the forecast, so make sure to check out calvulcans.com for any scheduling changes. 3-1 pitch right back to the mound, 1-3, and that'll be the first out of game number 2. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Jenna Hollerich. Hollerich in game 1 was 1 for 5 with 2 hits, no RBIs. Hollerich, the junior, coming into this game batting .302 for the Vulcans. Pitch taken high. She has started 13 of the 14 games in which she has appeared here for interim first-year coach Nikki Yanchik. Pitch drilled into right field. That might get to the wall and be extra bases, and it will. So a one-out double cruising into second base will be Hollerich, and the Vulcans trying to get back that run.
Now batting number 16, Lakin Blackburn.
And that'll bring up Lakin Blackburn, the catcher. Junior coming into this game batting .258. 1 for 2 in game number 1, but a chance for possibly an RBI here for Blackburn. Check swing to first base. That'll advance the runner, but that'll be the second out. So little excuse me check swing, and that'll bring up the center fielder for the California Vulcans, Brianna Sursovic, left-handed batter. So might take a base hit to score the runner. Sursovic looks at ball 1. Third baseman playing even with the bag here with 2 outs. First baseman pretty much even. Infielders hugging towards the line. Sursovic takes a pitch low, ball 1. So a wide swath of Lily Field is unguarded in the center of the infield. McNabb looks into her dugout. 2-0 pitch. Catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. California trailing 2-0 here in game number 2. Again, the outfield looks like they may be shaded a little to right field. Ball low and away, ball 3. McNabb seeing if Sursovic will chase something outside. See if Sursovic has the green light here to swing away with a 3-1 count. Three-one pitch taken inside, so looked like Sursovic was taking all the way. That'll send the count to full. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on third base. On deck circle is Michaela Schlosser, junior first baseman, hoping she gets a chance to hit. And she will, as that will be a 2-out walk. And that will bring up Michaela Schlosser. She comes into this game batting .250, 16 games played, 15 starts for the junior first baseman. So Schlosser has a chance to get 1 run back, and if it's in the gap, maybe 2. Pitch high, inside, ball 1. Again, with it being an early season game here, the outfield is dormant, and nothing into the outfield as a routine play on the ground. So outfielders will be charged a little extra pressure to stop something in front of them as that pitch, 1-0 pitch, is low, inside, ball 2. So McNabb, after cruising a little bit here in the bottom of the first, running into some troubles, walked Sursovic and now is behind 2-0. 2-1 pitch is going to catch the outside corner for a strike. Ochtenmeyer is in the on-deck circle, and if you're Kyle, you'd love to see her get up with that .372 team-leading average right now. Two-one pitch, stung on right center field. Will it get down? And it will. Extra bases. California gets 1. Coming around, throw into the infield. It will not be in time, and California ties it up with a 2-out double by Michaela Schlosser. And just like that, the offense is turned back on in game number 2. Game 1, 24 combined runs. Game 2 already 4 combined runs. And that'll bring up Kaylin Ochtenmeyer, the senior. 16 games start, 16 games played, .372 average. First pitch, swung on, hit out to left field. Center fielder going back. It's over the head. That'll get to the wall, and that'll score a run. And that's a double for Caitlin Ochtenmeyer, and the California Vulcans erase the 2-0 deficit and take a lead 3-2. So that'll bring up number 33, Amira McCutcheon, daughter of former California offensive lineman and California Hall of Famer Tim McCutcheon. Batting .300 on the 2025 season. Off-speed pitch, taken outside, ball one. So McCutcheon steps back in. Runner on second, has a chance to get another RBI. Check swing, holds up, ball two. So the freshman McNabb in the circle for Ashland, blinking a little bit here. It's California putting some pressure on. Wind freshens up just a bit towards center. Foul. Right back through the box into the Ashland dugout. Brings the count to 2-1. Kayla Jaron is in the on-deck circle. Should McCutcheon extend the inning. Again, Ochtermeyer at second base. Two-one pitch forces McCutcheon to lean back, and that'll be a ball, 3-1. Good hitters count for McCutcheon. McCutcheon, again, a freshman, has started 11 of her 15 games. Has 9 hits coming into this contest. 3-1 pitch. Good pitch. Just catches outside corner. So McNabb getting that 3-1 pitch over, so full count. McNabb has lost a batter here in the first inning on the 3-2 count already. Runner on second. Here's the payoff pitch. And that will be too far inside. So that'll bring up the next batter. That'll be Michaela Jaron. Jaron coming into this game. .295 average, batting out of the right side. She's a freshman, has started 14 games for the Vulcans. Now you have runners on first and second, 2 outs here in the nightcap. Pitch taken outside, ball. And an interesting note, game one, the starting pitcher for Ashland threw almost 40 pitches in the first inning. So California kind of keeping that part of the script the same here as they're forcing McNabb to throw a lot of pitches. Pitch floated into right field, coming on as the right fielder, and she drops it, and that'll score 1. Rounding third and coming home. Throw to the plate in time and out, but California will get 1 run on that, make it 4-2 after 1 inning. So California Vulcans erasing that 2-0 deficit. Let's take a chance, while we have a chance, to look at the team leaders on offense for both of these two teams. And again, this is coming into game one. Not enough time between games to update this, but as you can see, Sophia leading an average OPS and hits for Ashland, Rockwell with home runs, and Maynard with 11. And then for the Vulcans, Ochtermeyer, a couple of players with 13 hits, 2 home runs, and McCutcheon was leading with RBIs with 13. And again, with a lot of runs scored, those numbers are going to change. But that just gives an idea of what was happening here coming into the doubleheader. So that brings us here to the top of the second inning, where the Vulcans will see if they can keep Ashland off the board again. That first game was a lot of offense. Combined 24 runs, 29 hits, 25 RBIs. I think there were 6 combined errors. So leading off for the Ashland Eagles, number 16, Sydney Payton. First pitch floats too high for a ball, 1-0. And I'm not sure if there's been a 1-2-3 inning in this doubleheader as of yet. If there has, it's only been 1. Swing and a miss, foul tip for a strike. And on that last play of the bottom of the first, it was an error assessed to the right fielder. And then the outfield assist on the second run being cut down. Pitch, about a 25-foot pitch into the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1's the count. So Nido looking in. Ginch came into this game with a 1-1 record. Going to be fouled out of play. 1-1 record, 7.80 ERA, 7 appearances, 2 games started. So that evens the count at 2. Bottom of the order here for Ashland with Payton, Smithnowski, and Velda here. Payton was 3 for 5 in game 1. That pitch is low, ball 2, evens the count at 2 apiece. Runs the count to full. I have a massive shadow on all of my screens, so doing what we can to keep everyone up to date with what is actually happening out there. One of the full count. Swung on, tapped to the second baseman, fielded cleanly and out. And that's out number 1. But one of the intricacies of a league field, no real spots for media to be, so we're outside. Luckily, our camera person's up with a little bit of height. That'll bring up number 4, Sophia Smithnowski, the sophomore. She appeared in game number 1, but no official at-bats. Nice pitch on the outside. Took a little something off of that one. Gets ahead 0-1. Four-2 is your score here from Lilyfield, game number 2. Off-speed pitch floats high and outside, ball 1. Coach Yanchik using a number of pitchers in game number 1, so we'll see how long Nido can go here in game number 2. If you're California, loves to here get deep into this game. Tap foul. Runs the count 2-1-2. You probably hear the dugout for Ashland in full voice cheering on their teammate, Smithnowski. 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch taken outside for ball 2. 2-2, 1 out here. Again on deck circle is Ashley Veld here. Two-two pitch for Nido. Hit down to shortstop, throw across the diamond and out. Nice play by the shortstop, Jenna Hollerich. And that'll be the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Ashley Velda here. And Velda here in the first game went 2 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. And after Velda here, you have the top of the order coming up with one of the many Delaney's on this Ashland team. There were 2 Delaney's in the starting lineup and 1 on the bench. Bunt attempt will be unsuccessful, and that'll be a strike. So Velda here will even the count at 1 apiece. So that'll bring the third baseman for California, Jern, up a little bit, just inside of the bag at third. 1-1 pitch, swung on, floated to right field. Coming on, this could be a great running play, and it will be by the right fielder for the Vulcans, Linkus. And that will end the inning. So a rare 1-2-3 inning here this afternoon. While we have a second, let's take a look at the pitching leaders for these 2 teams again. This is based on coming into the doubleheader. You see Bayan for California was leading an ERA. 3 players with 1 each. And then several players with 8 strikeouts. And then Delaney, and Grabowski. Sounds like a law firm will lead the pitching staff for the Ashland Eagles. Coming up to bat for the Vulcans will be Linkus, Fiorelli, and Hollerich. So after Linkus, the lineup turns over. Linkus coming into this game batting .259, started 15 of the 17 games. So California seeing if they can extend this 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the second. Linkus, left-handed batter. Ball taken low and inside. So McNabb slowing down her delivery a little bit. Second pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner. Sometimes you'll see pitchers do that just to get the opposing offense out of rhythm. Pitch low in the dirt, ball 2. Again, Lincoln's, Fiorelli, and Hollerich. McNabb's 2-1 pitch. Inside, catches the corner for a strike, 2-2. And where I'm sitting, I have a good look at that inside corner. That painted it like a Picasso. Evens the count, 2-2. Again, just a beautiful day here for softball here at Lilyfield, about 70 degrees. Tap to short, fielded cleanly, throw over, and put a star next to that for the shortstop, Sophia Smithnowski. Was not an easy play, and that'll be the first out. And that'll flip the lineup over to Carolina Fiorelli. Once again, coming into this game, the senior was batting .259. 17 games started, 17 games played. First pitch, low into the dirt, ball 1. So back-to-back left-handed batters for the Vulcans. Nice pitch, little off-speed, get me over pitch. Evens the count at 1. But put a star next to that last play by Smithnowski. Not an easy play. If Lincoln gets on, you have some speed. Basically, back-to-back leadoff hitters for the Vulcans. Strike on the outside, runs the count in favor of the pitcher, 1-2. We'll see if McNabb tries to come inside and challenge Fiorelli. Or she'll work around a little bit, seeing if Fiorelli will do some of the work for her. 1-2 pitch. Ball on the outside, good eye. Not an easy pitch to take, as that was just on the outside corner. Count even at 2. Ground ball to the second base, taken 4-3. So easy play over there by Robbins, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter for the Vulcans, Jenna Hollerich. Hollerich has a double here in the game. Got the offense rolling for the Vulcans. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Again, doubleheader scheduled for 7. First game had a little bit of free softball. And there's a shot to left field. It's going to drop, but not in front of the left fielder. Coming on to make the play was left fielder Delaney Maynard. So we'll take this opportunity to take a break. You're watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss.
And welcome back to Lily Field as we get ready for the top of the third in the nightcap of this doubleheader. California leading 4-2. Once again, reminder, a lot going on in Vulcan Athletics. This time of year you have basketballs finishing up, indoor track finishing up, you have baseball and softball starting, you have swimming finishing up, and you have outdoor track, tennis, golfs, everything going on. So make sure to go to calvulcans.com to check out everything going on. Again, a lot of things on the schedule today. 2 softball games, a baseball game, and Gabby Miller, Vulcan swimmer, took part in the NCAA championships in Indianapolis. First pitch taken inside for a ball. Again, I know baseball will be home in Morgantown this weekend. Hopefully the last couple of games in Morgantown as Wild Things Park should almost be done with their turf replacement. Pitch taken outside, ball 2. CTV will be there at noon. I believe softball will be playing. I believe they are on the road. So, again, check calvulcans.com for dates and time. 2-0 pitch. Down the line, foul. Just foul. So Delaney Maynard, the sophomore, left-handed batter. We say hi to J.J. Robinson, who's just entered the building. Slap to right field, and a great play by the second baseman. And we're going to put a star next to that. It's Caitlin Ochtemeyer just snagging it out of the air. And that'll be out number 1. And that'll bring up Daniel Robbins. But Ochtemeyer just saved a sure base hit. Nice lunge to her left. Another left-handed batter, lefty on lefty. Bunt attempt. Unsuccessful for a strike. So strike 1, 1 out. Top of the third. Inning number 11 of the day, if you're counting, as the first game went 8. Tap back to the pitcher, but that will result in a base runner. Was not able to be fielded cleanly by Megan Nido. Not sure if that'll be ruled a hit or an error. Would have been a tough play if she fielded it clean, as Robbins has a little bit of speed. And they are going to say that is an error. Big off-speed pitch for a strike. That'll bring up number 12, Sophia Martin. And Martin was trying to send that ball back to Ashland, Ohio. Again, kind of crazy that for a long time Vulcan Athletics did not play Ashland, but Vulcan football team played them in the NCAA playoffs. Steal attempt, throw down, and that'll be a successful steal, as that pitch will be taken for a ball. But football played Ashland in the NCAA second round this year. Softball played them last week. I believe one of the other sports has played Ashland this year. I don't have that information right in front of me. But definitely not a team you'll see on the Vulcan schedule that often. Team out of Ohio, about 3-hour drive from here. 1-1 pitch, foul down the first base line and out of play. And that'll bring the count to 1-2. As home plate umpire David Gatling is running low on the yellow orbs. There have been a number hit out of play so far here in game number 2. Gets a couple back from Coach Anchik, and here we go. 1-2 pitch. Slap down the right field line, and that will be fair. Extra bases, and this should bring a run home, and it will. So a little, excuse me, check swing, double down the right field line. And we are within a one-run situation again at 4-3. And that'll bring up Kolar. Kolar, the cleanup hitter for the Eagles. First pitch is taken high, ball one. And Kolar 3 RBIs in game number 1. Pitch, nice frame job on the outside there by the catcher for California. Blackburn, I think she might have stolen a strike there for her battery mate. Evens the count at 1. As you can see, the sun starting to cause shadows. Pitch too far outside. Another quirk of Lilyfield is the sun will sit pretty much directly into the pitcher's eyes. I've been here personally for several sun delays. The new press box, as of a couple years ago, despite its small nature, will help block out some of that issue. Count goes to 3-1. Runner on second base, 1 out here. And that'll be a walk, so Vulcan's choosing not to mess with Kolar's power, and that'll bring up one of the Delaney Armies, easy for me to say, but Delaney Keith, sophomore designated player, has a chance to do some damage here. Ball low into the dirt, ball 1. As the wind, as you can hear in my headset, is starting to freshen up, blowing dead straight out to center field. 1-0 pitch, high and inside, ball 2. So Nido working very carefully around the central part of this Ashland order. Saw that they have some powers. There was a monster shot hit in extra innings in game number 1. Pitch taken low and outside, ball 3. So Nido's dangerously close to giving up a walk, which would load the bases. A 3-0 pitch. Pure take there. Taken over for a strike. (3-1), runners on first and second. Swung on and a hard hit ball to left. And they're going to hold the runner up, so runners will be at every station there, but give a little bit of credit to the left fielder for the Vulcans, Fiorelli, for, again, not the easiest play to make in left field, as it is not a smooth ride out there for any ball hit. So she saved a run, at least momentarily, but now you have Medikosh for the Eagles. Bases loaded. First pitch taken inside, ball 1. And nowhere to put her as California clinging to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lefty on lefty here in this at-bat. Nido working a strike over, evens the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded. Medikosh, the sophomore, right fielder. Swings, and it's going to be taken just outside. That would be a strike, but that was within inches of possibly clearing the bases. Good effort by Schlosser there. So the good thing about that is a hard hit ball, but a hard hit strike. Runs the count 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Off speed. Hit high in the air. Coming on will be Fiorelli. Catches it. Tagging and the throw to the plate. Strong throw. Both runners move up, so that'll tie the game. And I wasn't sure if that was deep enough to score the run, but it does. Good throw by Fiorelli, but just a little up the line, and the runners take the extra base, and that'll bring up Sydney Payton. As you can see now, Nido shielding her eyes. Pitch low and inside, ball one. Again, it'll set right into the eyes of the pitcher and the center fielder. So probably for the next 25 minutes, it'll be a pretty severe issue for those positions. Off-speed pitch. Good job of fouling that off. That, I think, fooled everybody. That had a lot of arm motion, but not a lot of miles per hour coming off. So great off-speed pitch. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third. Foul ball. I'll take it to 1 and 2. Again, 1 and 2 runners on second and third. Foul once again. One-two pitch. We're here in the top of the third. 2 outs. Another foul. As that took a rather adventurous rebound off of the netting. So 1 and 2, 2 outs here. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be down the left field line, but foul. So a good battle brewing right now between Payton and Nido. One and 2 pitch. And that is hit high down the right field line, coming on and making the catch. Great job of range. Then it was Linkus, but not before the game is tied. So now while we have a chance, I'd like to give a shout out to our good friend and his product in Brooklyn, his product On Deck Baseball. This game we play quite often at CU TV, basically a card and dice baseball game, and it has several fictional franchises and seasons available, and also a ton of Legends of the Game seasons. Currently, we have a league going on in the basement where I'm managing the 1988 Oakland A's, but scan that, go to On Deck Baseball, and do a search and see what you can see, because it's a very fun game, and I always like to support our good friend Ian here at CUTV and all the hard work he does. So once again, either scan that QR code or just go to the website on the bottom of the graphic. So that'll bring up Blackburn for the Vulcans as we move over to the bottom of the third. We are tied up at 3 apiece. So Blackburn, Cercevic, and Schlosser due up here in the bottom of the third. That's taken for a strike. Again, the Vulcans scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Ashland piecing together 2 in the first, 2 in the third. That ball was about a 25-footer, and it'll be a ball. Again, just a beautiful day here at Lilly Field. Don't get many of these days in March. Especially last week, I believe we had a 32-day with snow. So the 1-1 pitch, left center field high, coming over and making the catch. A running catch by the left fielder, Maynard. And that'll be the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Cercevic for the Vulcans. Cercevic now, again, coming into this game, was hitting .306. So 0-0 is the count. Taking ball one low. Again, the game is tied at 4 apiece here. Vulcans with 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. Here's the pitch. Taken inside for a strike. Ashland 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Again, if you're just joining us, game 1 went to extras. As there's a ground ball towards the second base. Fielded cleanly, and 4-3 the out is recorded. Robbins doing a good job of staying down on that, and that'll bring up number 55 for the Vulcans, Michaela Schlosser.
Number 55, Michaela Schlosser.
Schlosser steps in. 2 quicks out here as we move into the bottom of the Vulcan lineup, bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch taken low for a ball. Okay, now you see the batter's box completely in the shade of the press box. Ball 2 taken high and inside. There's a shot to left field going back and will run out of room, or excuse me, the ball will run out of room as that'll be out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be back for the top of the 4th. You're watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss.
And welcome back to Lilly Field here for the nightcap of the California Vulcans and the Ashland Eagles. I'm Gary Smith. Joining me on camera 1 in the press box is Hunter Garman, and our good friend John Sape, who called game 1, was at rehearsal for the theater department's production of Midsummer Night's Dream, in which he plays a very integral part.
Now batting for Ashland, number 4, Sophia Smith-Noski.
And that'll bring up Smith-Noski, Velda here, and then the lineup flips to the top of the order with Delaney Maynard. So, again, Ashland scoring 2 in the first, 2 in the third to get to 4. California scoring 4 in the first to get their 4 runs. Again, offense in no short supply here today. There's a shot to center field, going back on it, going back and looking up, and that ball is gone. Home run for Ashland. That is a bomb to the deepest part of the ballpark, and it'll make it 5-0 as Smith-Noski just sends one in to orbit, and that'll give Ashland the lead, their second lead here of the game, as they led in the first. And that one was tattooed to center field. And so that'll bring up Ashley Velda here, the number 9 hitter for the Eagles. We'll see if Naito can calm down after that. As the umpire is waiting, a couple softballs to be put back in play, so we're set to go. Again, the wind blowing out here to dead center, but that was, I think that would have been out in any winds and weather situation. There's a shot to right center, going back to the gap, and a nice outfield play there by Linkus, the right fielder, and that'll be the first out here in the top of the 4th. So that'll flip the lineup over and bring up Delaney Maynard. And now we have a timeout as Coach Janchik will come in and see what she will be addressing. Looks like we have a new catcher, number 10, coming in for the Vulcans, Bailey Bertani. So not sure if maybe that is a move to later switch pitchers out, or we'll see what's going on. Again, with this being Coach Yanchik's first games here in California, first chance we've had to see her, so not sure of any of her coaching decisions or anything like that. But her and the home plate ire, David Gatling, are having a nice conversation. She will go out now to speak to her pitcher.
For 22.
And that's actually going to be a pitching change as Cheyenne Bayan will come in, the junior. So that'll end the afternoon right now for Megan Nio. So that'll bring in Bayan. Bayan was leading the team in several pitching categories. She is a junior from Owing Mills, Maryland. So pitching change here for the Vulcans. Top of this inning started with a solo shot to center by Sophia Sminovsky, and then a first pitch swinging out to the gap by Ashley Velda here, and then that prompted Coach Yancik to make the change to put in Cheyenne Bayan as the wind freshens up just a little bit. Everyone making sure that their notes are secure. And that'll bring up number 6, Delaney Maynard, once again the top of the lineup now for the Ashland Eagles. First pitch, swinging to second base, fielded cleanly and throw to first. Retires out number 2. So Ochtenmeyer staying down on that, getting the out. And that'll bring up Danielle Robbins, junior second baseman. So again, 2 outs here. California trailing 5-4 here in the bottom or the top of the 4th. Nice pitch on the outside, just catches the corner for a strike. Bayan watches one go into the dirt for a ball. Robbins stepping back in again, left-handed batter here for Ashland. And there's a strike 1 and 2. Again, Ashland's about a 3-hour drive from here, so they will have spent about 6 hours on the road here today. Down here in 2 small vans, so hats off to them for that drive to Lily Field. Check swing to first, steps on it, and that'll end the inning. So leadoff home run is the only run scored here, but Ashland 1 run on 1 hit, nobody left, and they take the lead 5-6. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule here for the California Vulcans as we go throughout the month of March. Again, we all know what's going on in March with the weather here in western Pennsylvania, so this is just a suggestion that might happen. The only way to be sure what's going on and when it's going on and how long it's going to go on for is go to calvulcans.com. They will have all the information pertaining to the schedule, but right now, as you can see, California will play at Fairmont State a doubleheader, then at Seton Hill, PSAC divisional doubleheader, then at Edinburgh, Pitt Johnstown on the road, and then Gannon to end the month. And again, like I said, if you're going to Gannon still in March, you could be playing softball, you could be digging snow from everywhere. So, again, go to calvulcans.com to see where this team will be playing. CTV Sports 1 and myself and our crew are going to try and get a number of softball games and baseball games on the air this year. Last year, as you remember, the weather was horrible throughout the spring. But we're going to try and rectify that situation this year as we move to the bottom of the 4th. At bat for California's number 5, Caitlin Ochtenmeyer. So you have Ochtenmeyer, McCutcheon, and Jaron. Ball low. So Ochtenmeyer, veteran presence for this Vulcan team. Foul tip down the left. And that'll be a strike. Again, just got to Text from my good friend Ian down in Florida. He's watching from On Deck Baseball headquarters, probably working on some amazing card sets down there. So, again, good On Deck Baseball. There's a shot down the right field line. Will it stay in play? And it will. Enough for the out. So, quickly one out here in the bottom of the fifth. But go to On Deck Baseball, do a search, and check out a super fun game, especially if you're a baseball or softball fan. Get to manage some of the greats of the game, or you can create your own fictional universe. So at bat now for the Vulcans is Amara McCutcheon. Taking it low, ball one. Again, coming into this game, Amara was batting .300, was leading the team in RBIs coming into this doubleheader. Again, with a lot of runs scored, I'm sure those numbers have changed somewhat in terms of who's leading what. Ball two. Again, you can go to calvulcans.com to get the roster, the stats, and everything is now timeout called for Ashland. Jackie Price going out to talk to her charge. Again, the freshman doing a good job of settling down after that 4 spot in the bottom of the first. And she will head back in. So see what the strategy right now is to pitch to McCutcheon. You got to appreciate a good manager trip to the mound or the circle that's quick enough that the umpire doesn't have to go out and break it up. McCutcheon all over that. Sends it down the left field line and foul, out of play. She was all over that off-speed pitch. Not sure you want to pitch inside of McCutcheon too often, as that ball might put the cars parked in the left center field part of the parking lot in danger. 2-1 pitch right at the third baseman, and that is going to be a infield single more than likely, as that came up and stung Kolar, the third baseman, right on the hand. So
now up at number 23, Michaela Jared.
And that'll bring up Michaela Jared. But checking out Kolar over there at third base is, she had the glove on there. She's waving that she's good, but kind of came up and stung her on the hand. And there's going to be a runner going out for California. That'll bring out 36. Alexa Daniels going in to run for McCutcheon.
36, Alexa Daniels. Pinch running for number 33.
So they get some speed on first base for the Vulcans. And that'll bring up Jaron. Again, freshman, .295 hitter coming into this second game of the doubleheader. One out here. Pitch taken, throw over to first, nothing doing. And that's a play the managers always kind of hold their breath, that hopefully that the first baseman's paying attention and can get in front of that, because if not, with that speed at first, that's a runner on third very quickly. Pitch taken inside for a strike. Another snap throw down, nothing doing. At the very least, they're making Daniels think about it before she takes off. Pitch to the shortstop, to second, throw her to first. Double play. A web gem right there. 6-4-3 ends the inning. So after 4 full, the Vulcans trail 5-4. We'll be back. You're watching Vulcan softball right here on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss them.
And welcome back to Lily Fields. We have here the strains of Matt Kiefer's ringtone, Ani Kamose's Hot Stepper, echoing through the valley here on top of, I guess it's not a valley, it's on top of the little here above California, Pennsylvania, Lily Field, Rodman Park. Good athletic complex here. You have the football stadium in left field, Lily Field here, a baseball practice field over yonder, and the tennis facilities. So again, in full spring mode here for athletics. As baseball's first pitch should have happened about 32 minutes ago in Morgantown, West Virginia. Getting a 9-inning game there against Davis and Elkins. First pitch towards the second baseman comes up, and she will not be able to handle it, and that'll probably be an E4 for Ochtenmeyer, as that ball did not really come up how she anticipated it, and the leadoff hitter, number 12, will be on base for Ashland. That's Sophia Martin. Kolar will come up. Again, leading by one on a solo home run in the top of the fourth. First pitch taken outside for a ball. Again, now with the lead, you hear the dugout as there's a foul ball towards the other dugout, but you hear a lot of the chants from the dugout on Ashland's side. I believe they got off the two vans today already cheering it in full voice. So ball's returned to Bean. Pitch, bunt will be attempted, but it will go into the home plate and out of play, so that'll be a strike, 1-2. Good thought right there by Kohlers. I think that took everybody by surprise. Now with 1-2, more than likely she'll be swinging away. Here's the pitch. Slapped foul in front of the Vulcan dugout. Count remains 1-2. So stepping back in will be Kolar. 1-2 is the pitch. Tapped out to first, and that will be an easy 3 unassisted. Runner will advance. And that will bring up Delaney Keith. Schlosser doing a good job of playing the position. What I mean by that is that ball was hit kind of with a lot of spin, so she either had to decide to play it and make the play or just let it go and maybe go out of play for another foul ball, but kept it in play, stepped on the bag. No chance at all that they were going to get the runner going to second base. So, very least, it's a sacrifice and gets, well, maybe not a sacrifice, but gets the runner over. So, first pitch taken low and outside, ball 1. Again, Delaney Keith, the designated player in game number 2 for Ashland. Pitch slapped into right field, and this might score a run. They will wave her in, and that will be a run-scoring single as Marin will come through and is now 6-4 in favor of the Ashland Eagles. That'll bring in Medicosh. As now you have a conversation here between Ashland. It looks like there's going to be a runner going out. It will be. Number 7 will go out. Kendall Rudd will go out to run. We saw her run. We saw her run earlier in the afternoon in game number 1. So Ashland now trying to extend this lead. Again, they had a pretty good lead. They had a 7 spot in game number 1. California came back to tie it up, and then Ashland exploded for another 5 as there's a ground ball taken by the shortstop. Throw over to first, and there's just too much speed in there. Good play by the Vulcan shortstop Hollerich, but just too much speed coming out of that batter's box, and now you have runners on first and second And that'll bring up Sidney Payton, first baseman.
Batting number 16, Sidney Payton.
With the bases so close together in softball, it's rare to see double plays. We've seen 2 of them this afternoon, but you'll see a lot of infield hits like that to the left side where ball's just not hit hard enough. Swing, foul tip, strike 1. To quote late Vulcan basketball coach Bill Brown, he said to me many times on the coaches show, sometimes the operation was a success and the patient died. And that's basically what that was, is Hollerich did everything she could as a fielder, but there was just no way of getting that play. Well, that's one of the dozens Bill Brown stories I could tell you. So maybe one time we'll all get together and I'll tell some stories. 0-2. Swing and a missed, strike 3. Big strike out there with 2 runners on. It's Bayon just putting the hammer down and getting the second out here. So that'll bring up Smithnoski, who homered her last time up, to center field. Ball 1. Home run to dead center field broke the tie in the top of the 4th. So 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to second and over to first. And that ends the inning. So after 4.5, your score from Lilyfield is Ashland 6, Vulcans 4. We'll be right back. You're watching CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss.
And welcome back to Lilyfield for the bottom half of the 5th inning, where the California Vulcans trail the Ashland Eagles 6-4. Once again, I'm Gary Smith, joined by my cameraman up in the booth, Hunter Garbin, and our missing 3rd member of the crew, John Sape, who is rehearsing right now in Steele Hall.
Now batting for California, number 15, Michaela Rudis.
And that'll bring up right fielder Michaela Linkus. So number 9, and then the number 9 in the order, and then the the batting lineup will flip over. So it's Linkus, Fiorelli, and Hollerich, 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch taken outside, ball or first strike. See the lights coming on here at Lilyfield. Probably got at 6:40. We probably got another 40 minutes of decent sunlight before the lights take full effect. There's a foul ball. Again, my body is still feeling the effects of losing that hour of sleep over the weekend, so we have a little extra sunlight. So 0-2 now. McNabb quickly ahead of Linkus. 259 hitter coming into game number 2. Waste pitch outside, ball 1. So McNabb looking in, getting the call from the dugout. 1-2 pitch. Tap down the left side. Third baseman picks up, fires, and quickly out number 1. Kolar pouncing on that and gets the first out of the inning. So I'll flip the lineup over and bring up Carla Fiorelli, left fielder. Fiorelli, a longtime fixture in this Vulcan lineup, a senior. Batting from the right side. First pitch taken outside, ball 1. Again, Fiorelli, the senior out of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Second pitch, ball low. California trailing 6-4, but with the way the runs are being scored today, you don't think they're out of it at all. Exploded for 4 in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Right up the middle, snag, but there's not going to be a player, is there? There is. The shortstop, Sophia Smith-Noski, contributed with her bat and now contributed with her glove. Just an electrifying 6-3 putout. Didn't think there was any way she'd get the fleet of foot Fiorelli out of the first base side batter's box, but that will be a web gem out number 2. And that will bring up Jenna Hollerich. And she swings, puts one down left center field, going over to the warning track, ranging it down, and that will be the end of the inning. So let's take another look one time at the upcoming schedule for the Vulcans again. We all know this time of year weather is going to be an issue in everything we do in life, whether it's we're watching softball, playing golf, watching baseball, trying to get out and wash our car, anything like that. So, again, this is the schedule as is right now for the rest of March. Again, at Fairmont State, at Seton Hill, then another home doubleheader against Edinburgh, and then at Pitt Johnstown and at Gannon. And again, with Pitt Johnstown being in the mountains and Gannon being about 3 blocks away from Lake Erie this time of year, those games could change on a moment's notice. So always go to calvulcans.com and follow Cal Vulcans on all social platforms to see what the most up-to-date information you can get for Vulcan athletics. And again, busy day today as California's baseball team is playing currently in West Virginia, home game against Davis and Elkins. So as we flip into the top of the 6th inning, that'll bring up Velda here, and then that flips their lineup over to Maynard and Robbins. So again, in relief for the Vulcans is Cheyenne Bayan. First pitch taken outside for a ball. One-oh pitch. Tapped towards second base. Charging, throwing, getting. No, not getting. Bang, bang play at first, and that'll be an infield single for Velda here. As I thought Ochtemeyer had the out, but runner in first. And that'll flip the lineup over for Ashland. And that'll bring up Delaney Maynard as the wind freshens a little bit. There's a ball. Again, the wind earlier today was blowing out to left center, then to center field. It feels like from where I'm sitting it's blowing out to center field. 1-0 pitch, runner on first. Swung on tag to right field. That ball is going to be off the fence, and this is going to be extra bases. Runner being waved home. Throw will go to second. Throw to the plate will not be in time. So a double makes the score 7-4 as Delaney Maynard put one off the middle of the right center field fence. And that'll give Ashland a 3-run lead here, 7-4. And that'll bring up Danielle Robbins. Pitch will be chopped down the first base line and foul. Was that ball by Maynard missed being a home run by about 3 feet. 0-1 pitch now. Taken outside, ball one. And that's now 21 runs scored by Ashland here in the doubleheader. 14 in game one, 7 in game two. Pitch tapped towards short. Fielded cleanly, throw over to first, and she is safe. Runner will advance to third. As once again, Hollerich doing a good job of making the play, but she did not have a play at third, and just hustling down the line was Robin. So, and that'll bring up Sophia Martin. And if you're a Vulcan fan, this is danger time. As Ashland has already brought a run home here in the sixth, 2 runners on. And nobody out, and the middle part of the order coming up. Here's the pitch. Throw down to second on the steal attempt. Ball 1. So Ashland trying to, the old-fashioned, send the runner, see if they can get a throw down and get a steal attempt at home, but California does not fall for that. 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. Bad part of that for California is now you have runners, 2 runners in scoring position. Again, this middle part of this lineup for Ashland's been dangerous today. Shot to center field, and a nice play by the center fielder, but that will be deep enough to get a run home. But center fielder Srcevic just going back on the warning track. Quick throw in keeps the runner at second, but a run scores, make it 8-4 from Lilyfield. And that will bring up Sophia Martin. First pitch taken for a strike. Again, good instincts by the center fielders for California. Getting on that, and then a quick throw in. Again, there was nothing she could do to get the runner from third to stop her advance, but kept the runner from second going to third. So pitch taken low, ball. Evens the count at 1. 4-run lead now for Ashland. Again, these two teams played earlier today. Ashland won 14-10 in extras, and then last week there's a strike, 1-2. Ashland beat California by the score of 10-1. So these two teams getting to know each other quite well here in 2025. 1-2 count. Fouled out of play. As I look over, there's a giant dog. Luckily, I have no beef jerky to entice him to come over, so we are all safe here. 1-2 pitch. 1 out here in the inning. Ooh. And that will be the strikeout. Froze the batter. And that'll bring up number 3, Delaney Keith. Excuse me, that was Amanda Kolar who was at bat. So runner on second, 2 outs. Ball taken outside. So Bayan with a strikeout. Not a lot of strikeouts in this game for either pitching staff. A lot of good defense plays. Couple double plays we've seen as there's the pitch taken outside for a ball. But not a lot of strikeouts. You got a feeling if 1 or 2 more runs comes across for Ashland, that might do it for the Vulcans. Ball 3. Although you don't want to count out California out at all. 4 runs in the bottom of the first. And a big inning in game number 1, where they scored 5 in the first, 3 in the 6th. And there's a strike. Get me a get over pitch there, makes it 3-1. So 3-1 pitch. Check swing into the foul territory. Runs the count to full. So 3-2, 2 outs. Again, you can see the shadows creeping across Lily Field. Both the pitcher and the batter pretty much covered by the shadow of the press box. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the inning. So 2 straight strikeouts. And the Vulcans will limit the damage. So after 5.5, the Vulcans trail 8-4. You're watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss.
And welcome back to Lily Field as we head to the bottom of the 6th. California trailing 8-4. We have a new batter coming up for California, Kira Davis, freshman from, if you give me 1 second, I'll tell you exactly where she's from. She's from Connellsville, PA, just down the road in Fayette County. So Davis appeared in game number 1, so we'll get a chance to see her here in game number 2.
21, Kira Davis pinch hitting for number 10 for California.
So California has 6 outs basically to score 4 or 5 runs to extend this game. Foul tip. And now off to my side, the giant dog is becoming friendly with a much smaller dog, so I'll try and keep my attention squarely on the softball game and not frolicking animals. 0-1 pitch. High and outside, ball 1. So Davis now trying to get a rally started for the Vulcans. Fouled out of play. Runs the count 2-1-2. On deck will be number 14, Srcevic. Runs the count 2-1-2. And there's another hard hit ball, but foul down the third base left field line. And so what Abby McNabb got touched up in the first inning for 4 runs, but she's done a good job of scattering hits. Only 4 hits given up so far to this point of the ball game for the Ashland right-hander. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 on the outside. Froze on the corner. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. So that'll bring up number 14, Brianna Srcevic. Again, coming into this second game, 306 batter. Now we're getting some more softballs back in play. Srcevic going right to the front of the batter's box. First pitch is ball 1. As you can see on the screen, she is about as far up as you can go. Really limiting the time for any reaction there. And there's the pitch. Slapped up the middle off the shortstop's glove, but that'll be a base hit for Srcevic. And the Vulcans have some action on the base path. 5th hit of the game. And that'll bring up the middle of the order for the Vulcans. Michaela Schlossler. And again, California has had a few big innings here this afternoon. Ashland had one big inning, and that was an extras, but basically their offense to this point has just been 1 or 2 runs at a time, death by 1,000 paper cuts basically. Other than the big paper cut in the 5th and the extra innings, 7 and 5. Other than that, it's been 1 or 2 runs for the most part for the Eagles. Schlossler takes a pitch outside, called strike, 1-1. Again, the light's starting to take effect here from Lilyfield, or at Lilyfield. Decent crowd here, about 100 and some people for this Wednesday afternoon game. Doubleheader, strike 2. Home opener for the Vulcans. First chance to see new interim coach Nikki Yanchik. Longtime Vulcan head coach Rick Bertinoli retired in January after 30 years at the helm of the Vulcans. 2 national titles. There's a ground ball to short. Taken, throw over to first. And got her. 6-3 runner will advance. But a sparkling web play there, web gem by Smithnoski. And I tell you what, if you're giving out an award for MVP right here, you'd do worse than to nominate Smithnoski. Home run and a couple sparkling plays at short here in game number 2. And that'll bring up the Vulcans. Caitlin Ochtenmeyer, 2 outs, runner on second, has a chance to cut into this lead with a base hit. Pitch taken low and outside, ball 1. Again, Ochtenmeyer, a senior, longtime presence in this Vulcan lineup. A 1-0 pitch. Hit to center. Does it have enough? Going back at the wall and just in front of the wall. And that'll be the loud third out here. So after 6 full, the Vulcans trail 8-4. We'll be back after this message. You're watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss.
And welcome back to Lilyfield, where the California Vulcans trail the Ashland Eagles 8-4 here in the nightcap. Gary Smith being joined by my cameraman Hunter Garman up in the press box. I'm outside under a tent. Update on dog watch. The big dog is by himself. Not sure where the little dog's to my left being played with by several people. So all is right in the world by the press box here at Lilyfield. But if you're California, you got to shut Ashland down here in the top of the 7th, get those bats going to try and either win it in a walk-off situation or extend it again. So leading off for the Ashland Eagles, number 17, Metakosh, then Peyton and Smithnoski. Metakosh, the right fielder, has had a couple good plays out there and right again. Outfielders doing a lot of work out there with any ground balls. As it is spring in Western PA and not a lot of levelness or uniformity in any grass in anybody's yard. Just a good job to get this field ready to play today. Does not hurt that the weather has been absolutely gorgeous the last 2.5 days, so definitely helping out everybody involved in spring sports in Western PA. Count is 1-1. Stung into left field, and that'll be a base hit. So Metakosh just taking the outside pitch, delivering it to left field, and Ashland gets the leadoff runner aboard. That'll bring up Sydney Payton, the junior first baseman. J.J. Robinson's going to go start his car, so goodbye to him. At least I think that's what he said. He may be, I don't know. He's a mysterious man, J.J. Robinson. DJ Smooth, you'll see him at some local clubs, and also former member of 91.9 FM, WCL. That ball will hit the right knee, and that'll put runners on first and second. So Peyton will get on the hard way. Went right off the top of her knee, maybe her left knee. And that'll bring up Smith-Noski. Home run already in this game. I believe right now, if the score holds, she will have the game-winning RBI with that solo home run in the 4th inning. She will attempt a bunt. Fouled straight down, and it'll be a strike. And that home run was hit to dead center field. Oh, 1 pitch. Another bunt attempt right in front, and that'll be another foul as it stayed right on the plate. So Band will go ahead to 0-2 to Smith-Noski. So Smith-Noski, Velt here, and then the top of the order, which has been a problem for the Vulcans here in the last couple innings. 0-2 pitch, swung on, hit down the left side. Throw to third, great play by the shortstop, Holleran. She's had a lot of activity in today's game, and that is a nice out. She really only had that one play, and she took advantage of it. And that's going to bring up a new batter, I believe, for Ashland.
24 is hitting for 11.
We're going to bring in number 24, Kate Kajowski. I'm going to check to make sure I pronounce that somewhat correctly.
Hitting for Ashland, number 24, Kate Kajowski.
It is Kate Kajowski. My instincts were correct on that one, so Kajowski will step in with a chance to maybe get a base hit and RBI here. But if California can keep Ashland off the board here, circle that play by Hollerich. First pitch, right back to the pitcher. Throw to third, and that'll be an out. No throw over. So just a simple 1-5 put out, and it'll be the second out. And that'll bring up Delaney Maynard. That's a good heads-up play by Bain there. She took the out, cut down the lead runner. A lot of pitchers would have maybe gone to first. Then you still have runners at second and third. Throw over to third, and that's going to gun her. The pitch was in the dirt, but a nice throw. And that will give California a little momentum going into the bottom of the 7th. So mark that as a 2-5 put out for the third out. And California trailing by 4. We'll have a chance here to hopefully, if you're a California fan, get 4 or 5 runs and end this on a happy note. And then I'll bring back up for California McCutcheon. Looks like it'll be McCutcheon, Jaron, and Linkus. Still on the mound is Abby McNabb, and again, she's only given up 1 hit in the last several innings. Gave up 4 runs at the very beginning, settled down. And there's the throw down. So we'll see if McCutcheon can get things started off here for the Vulcans.
Batting for California, number 33, Amara McCutcheon.
As we see the moon rising in center field, got the lights taking effect here. As we're moving on into the bottom of the 15th inning of baseball here from, softball here from Lilyfield. Ball taken inside. California can't have a comeback without base runners, so we'll see if McCutcheon can get on base. And if you get a couple players on base, then you have the top of the lineup. McCutcheon way out ahead of that one. Will hit it out of play, but did not miss that by much. Evens the count at 1 apiece. McNabb looks at her wrist. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch outside. McCutcheon just says no thank you. We'll wait for something up in her zone. And McCutcheon definitely has the power to knock one over the fence here at Lilly Field, no doubt about that. Pitch, and almost on cue, hits it about 300 feet, but just goes foul. And that'll even the count at 2. So a long strike, as that did not miss by much. That ball just sounded a little different off of her bat that time. 2-2 pitch. Spits on another one. He runs the count to full. Again, if she gets on, it doesn't matter if she gets on because the next batter will be Jaren no matter what, since there's only one batter so far in the inning, so need 3. There's the pitch, swing and a miss, and the dirt. Looked like it had a little bit down action there, so that'll be the first out. And that'll bring up Michaela Jaren. Good pitch there by McNabb to dispatch McCutcheon. First out. Inside part of the plate, called for a strike. Again, Jaren, a freshman. A lot of freshmen on this this roster for the Vulcans. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. This is the first home doubleheader for interim head coach Nikki Yanchik. 3 wins on the season so far, looking to try and get win number 4 in comeback fashion here. 1-1 pitch, fouled out of play. I'll run the count to 1-2. On deck is Michaela Linkus. Here's the 1-2. Into left field, and it'll be over the left fielder's head. This will be extra bases. Gets to the wall. It will be a stand-up double for Michaela Jaren. And so that'll give a duck on the pond for the number 9 hitter, Michaela Linkus. And California will not go quietly into that good night yet. Linkus will step in. Left-handed batter. As that ball was spanked into left field over the left fielder's head. Bunt attempt taken by the pitcher. Throw to first. Out registered at first, so bunt for the base hit not successful. That'll be the second out, and that'll bring up the top of the order with Carolina Fiorelli. So the Vulcans down to their last out here. First pitch to Fiorelli, taken for a strike. Looked like McNabb took a little bit off of that. That's a base hit up the middle. Fiorelli will get the Vulcans another run here. So 2-out RBI for Carlina Fiorelli, makes the score 8-5.
California at bat, number 18, Jenna Hollerich.
And that'll bring up Jenna Hollerich. California needs one more base runner to bring up the tying run, though. First pitch taken for a strike. Hollerich kind of steps out and looks at the umpire. So 0-1's the count. And that's going to be a just foul. I thought that was going to be just inside the third base line, but Blue was right on it, so that'll be an out, or excuse me, a loud strike. And that brings the Vulcans down to their possibly their last strike of the game. 0-2, runner on first. Pitch, stung hard but foul. So still battling right now is Hollerich. Just missed extra bases by a mere feet. So 0-2's the count. McNabb slowing down just a little bit here. Game on the line. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked nicely by the catcher, Martin. 1-2's the count, so Hollerich will step back. Extends the game for one more pitch at the very least. She's had a couple of really fine at-bats here in this game. And McNabb slowing down a little bit. Pitch, throw back to first, nothing doing. So that evens the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. California trailing by 3. The junior stepping back in. 2-2 pitch. Going to be fouled directly at her feet. Nothing changes. And usually if the ball is fouled straight down or straight back, it means the batter just missed it. And I think Hollerich was all over that pitch, just missed it by a mere centimeters. Runner at first, ready to take off. 2-2 pitch. Again down the third base line. Nothing doing. So a good battle developing here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th between McNabb and Hollerich. First baseman Peyton coming over to talk to McNabb. So once again, 2-2-2. Hollerich trying to extend the game. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Again, I think she just missed that as the ball came whizzing over our heads here behind home plate. No matter what the outcome, Hollerich is really battling here to keep the Vulcans in this game. Pitch towards first base, fielded, and that will do it. So big doubleheader here from Lilyfield and with an Ashland sweep 8-5 here in the nightcap. So once again, follow CalVulcans.com for all the up-to-date information. CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network will be in Morgantown, West Virginia this Saturday for a baseball doubleheader between the California Vulcans and the Mansfield Mountaineers. So for my good friends John Sape and Hunter Garman, everybody here from CUTV Sports 1, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC